What's up guys, I'm back with another video. I'm extremely excited to do this video today for you guys because the amount of knowledge that I've learned from this book right here is incredible and it really helps me, and I want to share this with you. So I encourage you to go and read and buy The 5 Levels of Attachment. I'm sure it's available on Kindle and PDF. I always love paperback. I think it's a lot more relaxing because when we look at our screens, I feel like we don't really take our time away from our phone and we don't really let our brain just rest. Whereas with reading paperback books, I feel like it's sort of antique, but it's nice because it really is a relaxing activity and very positive. So let's crack on. I want to share this book today because I feel like a lot of us, I'm very guilty of this, live our lives sometimes too attached to beliefs, ideas, preconceived notions of things without simply just seeing things as they are in front of us. And the problem with attachments is it creates a lot of suffering because we want to see something as we want it to be. And I've spoken about this in my other videos, but we want to see things as we want them to be or as we think they should be, and then we're disappointed because they're as they are, instead of simply just seeing them as they are and see if it's something that's convenient for us or not. And even if it is inconvenient, well, usually it's not inconvenient, because if we accept things as they are, there could be very little inconvenience. So I think that's a concept that's pretty interesting. It sounds pretty dumbed down and quite logical, but once you grasp your head around it, it kicks a lot of stuff that causes suffering out of the way. So without further ado, I'd like to read a passage that really stood out to me from this book. And it says, by the way, it's by Don Miguel Ruiz. Don Miguel Ruiz Jr., Forward by Don Miguel Ruiz. Please go read all of his books. He's just incredible. And they're so easy to read. All the concepts are easily applied to your own life. And I think reading them once is good, but reading them 3 or 4 times, just, going back to certain passages that, really help you understand the concept and understand how you can apply that concept is fundamental, because again, it's a question of practice. And when you want to practice a concept and apply it to your life, you have to do it over and over and over again for you to master it really. And that's why all of his books are Mastery of Self, Mastery of Love. It's all about practice, good disciplined practice. When you start good habits with anything, when you eat properly, you want to have good habits, so you practice it every single day until it becomes natural. Same here. And the thing is, when you have deep ingrained things in the subconscious, it's important to take the time, acknowledge that you have to take time for yourself to really unlearn negative habits and learn positive habits, unlearn negative beliefs and attachments, and learn positive present moment experiences, and let go of things that aren't suiting you or aren't helping your life in a positive way. This said, I'll crack on with this paragraph that really stood out. So, flaws and defects originate from our own ideas and beliefs. In order to recognize perfection, or to see the world and ourselves as is, so we are perfect as we are, we become aware of our attachment to our ideas and beliefs and let go of them, even if only briefly, to see beyond them. I've always been perfect, and so have you. When we can't perceive this, it's because we are too busy judging everything for not being something other than what it is. The world and everything in it is perfect simply because it exists at this very moment in the only manner it can possibly exist. The same is true for me and for you, and that is perfection. I am because I am at this moment. This is what freedom is: the ability to enjoy and be exactly who you are without suppressing yourself in the form of judgment. A bird is a bird, a cat is a cat, a human is a human. So there are different things that stand out from this passage alone. And first of all, the idea of perfection. Now, how many people are attached to the belief? There's this saying that says that nobody is perfect. that already is not the truth. People are attached to it thinking that nobody is perfect. So that's a pure idea of what this book is about, is how we agree with things that are not true. And that's the same for me, that's the same for this other person. We're all in the same boat. I think it's important to take a step back and realize that we are perfect as we are. And you know, there's no such thing as perfections or imperfections, although it is a way of communicating. It's important to recognize that we are just the way we are, and we're beautiful and we're perfect just the way we are. So already that stands out. And also the second thing that stands out is judgment of ourselves and of others. And when we're judging, we're saying that something shouldn't be in a certain way, even though they are that way. And that causes a lot of suffering. Now, it can be someone, a situation. You can judge, let's put an example. You can say, but today it should have been beautiful. And you had this expectation that you've tied to this belief that you're attached to, that if today was beautiful, then you would have gone to the beach. And then the more you get attached to that idea that today was supposed to be beautiful, the more suffering it causes when it starts to rain. Because again, you're not going with the flow, you're not living in the present moment, but you're living in the past with a preconceived notion that isn't reality. And it causes you a lot of suffering, and you actually waste a lot of time just being unhappy. And that goes for every single situation in life. And although it's easy to hear, and it's, you know, as I explain it, probably it makes sense. I hope it makes sense, because that's the whole point. But when you live it, sometimes you're so unaware and you're so inside the situation that it's hard for you to take a step back and to really take a look at what is going on right in front of you. And that's when people start lying to themselves. They say, but it's not really that way. It's meant in a different way. No, it's as is. Or we decide, we get attached to beliefs from our childhood that unfortunately have been ingrained in us, usually unconsciously, and we go and repeat patterns that are limiting us to be the best version of ourselves, and also limiting us to be happy and live a really nice and fulfilled life. For instance, if we take someone that has been bullied in the past, I think a lot of people have had to deal with bullying, which is absolutely horrendous, but children at that age don't know any better, and they grow up with this preconceived notion that, I don't know, they're not worthy of love, because a lot of children feel that, and so they make other children feel that, and so this person that's been bullied carries along this attachment to this belief that they're not worthy of love, and then they will go and recreate situations in the future, if they're not aware and they don't change that limiting belief, that makes them replay this and makes them actually think that that's the actual truth, that they're not worthy of love, when in the reality of facts, we are all worthy of love. So, I mean, I'm not going to go into all the details of the book, because again, I'd be ruining it for you, but basically it says how important and how deep attachment levels can be detrimental to our lives. And it's important that once they will happen naturally, we'll get attached to people and stuff, but what's good about this book is that it says that you have the control and the awareness to take a step back and to realize, okay, well, I can detach from this at any point given in time if I want to. So I don't have to believe, and I can create my own reality and attach to positive beliefs. I mean, if you attach to negative beliefs, why not attach to positive beliefs? And that's not contradicting myself and saying, wouldn't be that the same thing, but at least you would live a more positive life. And also, once you create positive beliefs, then life sort of happens around positivity instead of negativity. So I hope that made sense, and that you guys enjoyed this video, and that you get a clear view of what attachments are. Again, really go and read this book, guys. I'm going to put a link down below. It's absolutely incredible. And I reread passages over and over again when I feel that I'm getting attached to something, and it happens, but I catch myself, and I'm a lot more aware. So I hope this helps you guys to be aware as well, and I hope you have a really, really good day, that the sun is shining, and even if the sun isn't shining, that you're still having a wonderful day, because again, happiness comes from within. So without further ado, that's it for today. If you liked the video, put a like. If not, you know the drill. And if you want to see more videos, please hit subscribe. And if you have any comments, concerns, or just ideas that you want to share, write down below and I'll be happy to answer at any given point in time. I'm probably going to do a live this upcoming week or the following week. So stay tuned. Bye bye.